Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you how to make these. First of all, if my voice is a little bit wonky, I'm sorry. I'm not using a mic because I'm moving around a lot. And then I'm sorry about the angle that I used. I didn't figure out until the end of the video that I could have done it differently. But I hope that you guys find this video helpful. I went ahead and I printed these and I'm going to show you how to do it from beginning to the end. I'm going to show you guys everything that you're going to need. You're going to use lamination pouches. I'm using 5mm. You can use 3mm. Sorry if you hear my daughter in the background. This to round out your edges. You don't need that. I like to round them out. To show you real quick what I'm talking about. Here, I round out those edges. Oy, focus. You're going to need double-sided tape. Again, you don't have to have this, but it's helpful. You're gonna use, I used permanent marker, but you know what? Dry erase would work better. You'll see why. A pencil, some vellum paper, a hole punch. These are the ones for the A6. And lastly, or actually second to last, you're gonna need a paper cutter and construction paper. You can find everything either on Micheals or on Amazon. I'll try to link everything down below. Okay, first of all, sorry you guys that this pole is in the way here today. I couldn't really get it out of the way and I really wanted you guys to have like a flat view. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting this. So for me, I'm using this right here, and unfortunately it is in millimeters, but whatever I do use, I am gonna go ahead and put it in inches when I edit this video. So for my envelopes, I do like them a little bit oversized. So for this one, it's gonna be 17 by 17. Now, this is for the one that's gonna have the white backing. You do not want it to have the white back. I will try to show you in between because I'm not gonna do one with a clear back this time, other than these vellum ones. But it's the back is gonna be vellum. It's not gonna be clear. Actually, let me zoom you guys out. Okay, so 17 milliliters. Again, I will go ahead and put it in inches, and this thing is going to be a perfect square. Okay, and then I'm going to do it by 17 again. Okay, so this is what we're going to be using for our envelope. I am going to do this one peekaboo style, and you will see in a minute. First I have to fold it in half. Okay, like I said, this one's not going to have the clear backing. And then now I'm going to do the peekaboo cutout. So let me see if I have something to compare it to. Give me 1 second. You know what? I don't, guys. I don't have another one to, I have it over there in the room, but I'm too lazy to go get it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut the angle off of this. Normally, you want your angle to be on this side, especially so that you're able to have it up this way if you're going to have your envelopes like this. But me, the first time that I did them, I did it the wrong way and I cut it out this way. But for me, it was okay because most of the time I'm stuffing my envelopes in this form. So I am going to cut it on this side, but for you guys, if you are going to do this, cut it on this side, okay? Just to be clear. I'm going to be using this to cut a straight line. Make sure that the folded corner right here is hitting right where you're going to cut it. And you guys, this really does not have to be absolutely positively perfect. As long as yours match, you're fine. Once you get one angle going, then you can copy the rest. Use that one to measure the rest of your envelopes. Okay, I got my envelope ready here. And then next thing, I am gonna do a vellum side. Now you guys, what you can do is, if you really want to be lazy, which was what I did with my other envelopes, you can go ahead and just make sure that it's the right measurement across, and here obviously make sure it measures perfectly and you'll be fine. You won't have to adjust much. But If you feel like, because what's gonna happen when you laminate it is this is gonna separate. Okay, right here, there's gonna be like a flap in between. But if you don't want that and you want it to be perfectly stuck together and you don't want nothing flapping open or whatever, go ahead and just, you're gonna cut this little square right here. This is all you need. Actually, I'm gonna use this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut it up to here. Okay. Again, you guys, all of this I learned through trial and error. I'm not trying to have everything perfectly perfect. These are for my use. So I'm gonna use this as a guide. And go ahead and grab a pencil. You need a pencil. Make it a little bit longer because I messed up on the original one that I made. So I'm gonna do it up to here. And I need to also cut this length right here. Okay. So now I can put this here. Okay, like I said, it is a little bit, and then the pencil marks inside. You can erase that if you want, but I'm just gonna leave it because whatever. So for this, what makes it easier is that you do not have to laminate it inside. You can if you want, and there's a certain way to do it. This, you do not have to put anything inside. You just have to cover it up, and you guys will see. So let me show you how I'm gonna put it in the lamination sheet. If you remember that I have double-sided tape, so I'm gonna use that way it doesn't move or shuffle around. So let's see, we want it right there pretty much. So actually, we want the pencil mark inside. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the tape here. Okay, that way when you put it in your lamination sheet, it's not gonna shuffle around. So with this one, you guys, let me zoom out a bit. This one, you guys, I printed out at home. Okay guys, so I made this one right here. I'm actually gonna use this in back of the vellum paper. So yeah, so I made it as a reference of the size that I want. I want it to be about the same size as this one. And then I want this to be nice and centered, so I'm just gonna personally eyeball it. This side and this side, and then same thing for this one, although I think actually these are both centered, so it's fine. I made sure it was centered when I created it. So let's go ahead and cut off those sides. Okay, now we're gonna measure out this right here. Okay, and cut this off. Same thing, we want to make sure that this is nice and centered. Okay. This isn't too complicated. This is just my way of doing it, so I don't have to be measuring too much. So just make sure that this is nice and lined up on a line so it doesn't come out crooked. And then make sure that this is on where you're cutting, so that's not. There we go. Make sure it's nice and straight. And now we have our two sheets. Okay, so a little bit of the pencil mark stayed there, so I'm gonna go ahead and erase that. Again, same thing. Now you guys could have just used the vellum paper to do all this, but I didn't want to print on 2 pieces of vellum paper. I just wanted to print on 1, which is why I printed these together. And then yeah, so I need 1 more of these. Let me go ahead and cut that out. So now we have for both. Okay, and now we're ready pretty much to laminate everything, okay? This is a lamination machine that I'm using, but I heard from my friend, it's me, Anna. She says that most Etsy people don't use this one. They use one that you can buy off of Amazon. I'll try to link that one below. For me, this works fine. I'm not thinking of opening up my own Etsy shop for envelopes specifically. So this is what I'm gonna use, okay? And then it has like this backing, this tray, but honestly, this tray is not sturdy, it falls. So I have to put something in back of it because I've had instances where I'm laminating something and it falls back. So I am going to be using this lamination paper sheet, and this is the 5mm. You can go ahead and use 3mm. It is cheaper, and it usually comes in a, if you get like a package deal with the lamination machine, it usually comes with 3mm if it does come with lamination paper. But I like to use the 5mm, it's a lot thicker. Again, you don't have to, this is just my preference. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to show you how to set this up. You want this one, or whichever one, it doesn't matter, to be right here, right on the edge, nice and centered, okay? Because you're going to cut this part off anyway. You're not going to want any of this, okay? And then for the next 2, it's very crucial that you do it this way. Okay, so this one, you're going to place it right here. Actually, I'm sorry, you need more space because you're going to want your holes to be on this side. And this one, you're gonna want to do it here if you want to laminate as many as possible. The only thing is, there we go. You want them to be facing each other because each of these sides are gonna be for your holes. If you're not gonna do holes, then it doesn't matter. But if you are gonna do holes, then it is best to have them facing each other. That way you cut off this side right here, and that's how you're gonna open it up, okay? Trust me when I said I did it the wrong way the first time and it was so hard. I did not have enough space for holes. So let me line these up. And if your cuttings are a little bit off, try to line it up from the bottom because either way you're gonna cut this open. Okay, so now we have our lamination sheet ready. My lamination machine is still heating up, so I'll be right back when it's ready. Very quickly, this tray is not broken. This is the second lamination machine. The first one I did receive without the lamination sheets, so I sent it back and they were both this flimsy. They were just both like this, which is very annoying and frustrating, which is why I have something under here now. Hey you guys, my laminator is ready. One thing I did try right now, we're gonna see how it works, is I don't know if you can see right here, I used the double-sided tape to hold the paper sheets together so that it can come out nice and straight, because it's very frustrating when things are like shuffling around. So even right now, as I grabbed it, everything was moving around, but because I have it taped now. Okay you guys, that took me legit like 2 minutes just to get it in there. I was getting very frustrated. As you can see, they started to shuffle around a little bit, so, oh no, wait, they're realigned. And there you have it. Ooh, it's really hot. You can go ahead, put it through, as you can see, you can kind of see that where I put the double-sided tape, so don't do that you guys. I just wanted to see if it would work, but I don't recommend it. You can go ahead and put it through the laminator again, but I don't recommend that for the 3mm because the 3mm, it starts to warp a lot, and I'm not going to do it for this one. I have done it with my other ones, but I think this looks fine. Actually, I might want to do it just for that. Let me see if I can get those bubbles out just by putting it in again. Okay, so now we're gonna begin the cutting process. So first, let's start by separating them. And you're just gonna wanna make sure that you don't get into these air bubbles right here, because once you do that, it's gonna split open. So just try to get as close as you can without actually hitting that. I hope that makes sense. See? You wanna avoid getting into that line. Okay, and now we're gonna split these ones. And you're gonna follow a guide here. And you're gonna wanna cut it right there so that it does split open. And you're gonna wanna cut it right onto the envelope. You wanna get into that space bubble that I was talking about. And here's your first envelope, although we do have to edit it. So you see, there it is. And then we're gonna cut these off in a second. Let me open this one up. And again, I'm always lining it up to one of these lines so that I don't cut it crooked. Some of you guys are like, duh, but hey, I don't know who's here, okay? I don't know who has experience with these or not. Okay, now I'm gonna cut the edges. So you can see it did almost cut it a little bit crooked. Just came out a little bit off, but it's okay. So now we're gonna cut the bottom so that we can make the holes. Actually, I forgot about this one. I need to open up this one. So you're good. See, if you didn't cut this down, this box right here, it would be all the way across and then it would separate, okay? But because we cut it into a square, this shouldn't get in your way at all. So I just realized I could have done this angle, but it's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and cut off the bottoms. You don't need a lot of space. Let me see if I can measure how much you need. Okay, so I think you guys need about, I'm gonna say 1 centimeter. No, let's go with 1.5 centimeters. Again, I'm gonna put that in inches in the video once I edit it. But yeah, that's about how much you need. I'm not gonna follow it exactly because I can't really do that. If you guys do want to measure that exactly, so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this down already. You guys can use a dry erase because you can barely even see that. I can barely even see that. Use a dry erase if you're more comfortable doing that, but this will do for me. Okay, now lastly, I am gonna, well, not lastly, actually, there's 2 more things we're gonna do. I am gonna round out these corners. I use one of these. I bought this on Amazon. I don't know if I recommend it. Sometimes I feel like it doesn't clip it right. Hopefully it doesn't show it here because I want this to come out good. But let's see. Oh no, it did it good. So it rounds out the edges for you. So there we go. And now this one I'm not gonna hole punch it because the binder that I use is like just like the weirdest measurements ever, but I'm gonna be hole punching these. So I'm gonna show you guys which ones it's gonna be replacing. I had done this with Sharpie marker, which was fine, but now that I have my lamination machine and I have a printer, why not? Forgot to mention, guys, but I did buy these on Amazon and I just stuck them onto here because I don't have a, what's it called? I don't have a Cricut circuit, whatever it's called. I don't have one, so I just, to DIY it, I just bought these. And this one's gonna go on my daily spending. So you guys, I'm sorry, my baby's starting to get a little fussy again. I am gonna go and pay attention to him now. So if you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the description. Tomorrow I will try to upload my cash stuffing video. I hope you guys found this helpful. If I didn't make something clear or a measurement is not clear, please let me know. If you have any questions, you guys have a good one. Bye.